All right, 2725 video detail notes, customer Mingsing, customer Mingsing. All right, take a look. This home has a shorter ceiling than normal. This is 89 inches is your average ceiling height in this room. Appears to be that the whole house has that shorter ceiling, so it may have been a situation where they built in the ceiling at one time down from 8 foot. But needless to say, this is newer sheetrock that's in here. This is newer moldings and stuff. These are not original to the home, and so there is not a lead requirement here as far as taking measurements for lead requirement or any kind of lab results for that swab test. Now, looking at the corner, you've got a 12-inch pantry here now on the left. And I was talking to the customer, we discussed about possibly moving that over next to the refrigerator. The reason that right now there appears to be plenty of room here is because of that big 25-inch opening for a microwave to go in there. That's what that shelf is for a microwave. And they've changed the range hood over here, for a microwave. But long story short, that's about 25 inches of countertop there below it. Well, now with an 18-inch pantry, you're going to be coming over to somewhere around in here with the pantry, another 7 inches or so over from or 6 inches over from where that's at. That being said, those drawers will not be that size anymore. In fact, in the design, I believe it was a 15-inch cabinet was what's there. So the drawer space is not going to be the same as what's in that layout that you have now. It'll be a much smaller cabinet. That's why we were saying it might be beneficial to put a wider cabinet up here, which is kind of like the only place you have on this side of the room, as far as wall storage space. Put a regular 12-inch deep, which won't have that same depth problem that you have right there. It'll be all 12 inches against the wall. But putting a regular wall cabinet there on the left-hand side instead of the pantry, and then putting a wider, larger base cabinet here on the bottom for pots and pans and, of course, more countertop space. Now, something they've done, they added this wall. There's probably a void space back there behind it. But if you look, they've actually notched in the sheetrock there for some of the electrical outlets and stuff to work. Now, with the design that I've got, none of that's going to be hidden anymore. The design I have has a cabinet stopping right in here approximately. So all of this space here is going to be open, which sounds good. But when you step back, if you can see it, you're going to have that little cut-in shelf thing there on the left-hand side that is not going to look like the other side of the range area. So some consideration, I think, should be discussed just for just purposes of planning, whether or not we want to do a cabinet above the microwave in this instance, or do a microwave at all, put a countertop microwave or a freestanding hood like what's in the drawing. There's some storage room there. This other one had to have the cabinets cut, which doesn't look good, of course, to put the microwave in. But with the new cabinetry, that would be a much taller cabinet and a range hood, and a lot less expensive than a freestanding range hood would be. More cabinet storage space. There's a lot of pluses. So do talk to them about the arrangement they've got for this corner. The range hood is a pretty expensive piece and at a premium for the amount of storage that they're going to get from the cabinetry over here above and the cabinet below for that space. Now turn the corner. You can see the gas and everything is already there for the stove, but I do not see any plug-ins for the 110 volts for the stove to have. So one of the things that needs to be looked at is getting some type of a 110 plug-in right in this area for the electrical piezo igniters, as well as the oven controls and stuff on the stove. That way, what I'm sure that little thing up there was probably where a cord was plugged up in that hole for the stove. And if you're going to go through the expense of having a really pretty designed hood here, having a cord running off corner across the tile or whatever you're going to do there, it's going to kind of look tacky. So come around the corner here, you've got the window trim. I measured from the corner of the room to the edge of the window trim. Again, the ceilings are 89. Fixtures already done there for the ceiling. The upper cabinets are 30 in this one, so you've got about a 5.5-inch soffit area right here. The customer was saying they would like to see that go up and hide and get rid of that, especially where they've got some cut throughs. See there where they've pulled some wires, and hide all that. So if we can look at doing some shelving board from store stock and using the shelving board as 5-inch or 5.5-inch tall soffit to go up as a riser. But since this is Arcadia, we really don't have any 6-inch tall fillers that we can use. But, we could do that. We could use store stock CM8 with the shelving board. Again, melamine is what the sides of the Arcadia cabinets are. So they match the store stock shelving really well as the store stock pre-painted crown. All that matches real well. But down here on the bottom, we've got the corner like you have in the edge here with the panel, the turnout panel. Again, that's the way that has to be for the countertop to have something to sit on. If you look on this side, they had to put cleats underneath there to have something for the countertop. So it's better to put the turnout panels there like they should be. Under the sink, pretty much typical plumbing under the sink. We do have a Christmas tree there. We've got extra valves for the PVC or the copper pipes. And so we're going to need to cut those off and put 2 new 1/2-inch copper straight by 3/8-inch compression quarter turn valves on those. And then we're going to need to put a T for the dishwasher connection. So that will not come through the bottom of my cabinet like that with that big branch on there. So we need to make sure we add into our labor that we're going to modify that copper and put new valves on it. Otherwise, the drain in the back is just fine. A couple things here. Dishwasher is on the right-hand side of the sink, but you can see there's kind of a knuckle there. That knuckle, I think, is for the old Whirlaway disposer right here. I talked to the customer today. We don't recommend disposers in rental properties or anything just because they're problematic. It looks like that they put a switch under the cabinet here, under the sink, and that's a no-no, of course, as far as codes or whatever. And there's no switch on the wall besides the one for the light there. Maybe that other one, I'm not sure. But it possibly better just to get rid of that switch and make an electrical outlet and just keep the switch for the light above and get rid of the disposer. That way they're not running through the cabinets like this. You see this is just running through. Now come around here to this corner. This corner now has a 36-inch easy reach type cabinet here, but it's not very practical with the spacing. They only have 36 inches, 37 from this end to the wall. And the wall is 36 inches deep here. So if they're going to do something like a French door refrigerator with a bottom freezer that's 33 inches wide, that would be okay. But you can't get the biggest 27 cubic foot side by side in here. The door is going to be too thick and it's going to rub this wall. So unless we're going to leave 39 inches of space here for a refrigerator, which we don't have in this original layout, unless we're going to leave more room, we need to plan on having a thinner, smaller refrigerator, like a 33-inch top freezer refrigerator, or having a side-by-side, French door with a bottom freezer, where the French door refrigerators have pinned corners on the doors. Now, here in the corner, another thing that would be something to save some money with would be a 27-inch by 27-inch voided corner here. And we would need a 2x4x8, item number 6005. And then that cost of the cabinet, because this cabinet in the design is a square corner base, only has a 15-inch door and a 15-inch drawer, which means it's literally a 12-inch opening for a 36-inch cabinet. So it's really hard to use that in that corner, pulling it to 42 inches. 42, by the way, is the minimum pull for that. Now, being said, if you went with a 27 by 27 corner, then you're going to be able to get a much larger possible drawer bank here, and for sure a much larger possible drawer bank there. And so you could get bigger cabinetry on either side of the corner by voiding the corner. And when the voided corner is under the countertop, no one ever knows it's missing. So that's a good thing there. Now they're talking about open shelves up here in the overhead, no problem. This side, of course, is built in with the wall cabinets, so no problem there. Again, remember there is a wall here to the left that's 36 inches deep to the left of the pantry that's there now, and for sure over here, if we do this one, this is a 36-inch deep wall, and if we were to put the pantry here at 18 inches, it would not get in the way of that receptacle. It would be right in here in this area. So if you have any questions about this kitchen, feel free to give me a call at 423-650-1051. Have a good day.